Welcome to Young Black Lives Honored. Be sure to subscribe, also give this video a thumbs up, and leave a respectful comment below. On October 4th, 2022, 23-month-old Aniyah Wyatt-Wright was just 2 days away from her second birthday. She was at her father's home in a Brownsville building on Osborn Street near Hegeman Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. That day, around 10:30 a.m., she suffered unimaginable circumstances at the hands of the man who was supposed to protect her. Around an hour later, the injured toddler was taken to Brookdale Hospital by her father, 33-year-old Robert Wright, while suffering an apparent seizure and bleeding at the mouth. It was later determined that the blood was caused from her biting her tongue during the seizure. Medical personnel found that she had a cerebral hemorrhage after performing a CT scan and revived the 23-month-old at least once after she went into cardiac arrest. The child was later transported to Cohen Children's Medical in Queens for additional treatment. However, unfortunately, just before noon, Aniyah was pronounced deceased. When interviewed by detectives, Wright and his wife said Aniyah was put to bed around 10, but they were alerted to the toddler shaking or having some sort of medical emergency by the girl's siblings. This did not fit with preliminary information from medical professionals, so detectives pressed for more information in additional interviews. Eventually, Wright admitted to punching his daughter with a closed fist on the back of her head, allegedly as she slept. The medical examiner's office determined the injuries were consistent with the father's later admission. Police and prosecutors said the city medical examiner considered the girl's death to be suspicious after determining she had a traumatic brain injury in the same place Wright said he had punched her. The medical examiner determined that Wyatt-Wright sustained blunt force trauma to both the front and rear of her brain and had substantial bruising all over her body. Her death was ruled a homicide. Robert had lived in the Brownsville apartment for over a year, and a woman living in the same building said she never saw him hit the children and recalled him walking them to the park. She said the father was always nice to her and her children, and the man never came across as violent, and she never heard as much as a domestic dispute between the family.
Well, Tamsin, folks who live in the neighborhood say that the father seemed normal. He would walk around the neighborhood with his children, including the toddler, laughing, smiling, holding their hands. So no one expected anything out of the ordinary. The pain behind those sheets being used as curtains, neighbors wish they would have known, especially Corey Sanders, who says he tried to help the family in more ways than one.
I had offered them to get them some curtains and stuff because they got sheets in their window. You know, that's the right thing to do.
But it was too late. On the block where the family lives in Brownsville, neighbors are in complete shock.
His mom blowing in the sides, and then know that you're so close and you couldn't do anything.
It's a sad situation. I would never want to have I don't even know how to imagine losing, especially a kid.
It just hurts so bad that you can't find the words to express yourself. I'm just disappointed.
Neighbors say the family just moved in a few months ago. Everyone always noticed Wright walking with his 3 young children. They say he seemed loving. Now these flowers are in the same spot where little Aniyah would sit with her siblings.
These are children. They don't deserve this. They don't. They don't even ask to be here. They don't even know they're going to be here. So why treat them maliciously?
Wright was taken into custody on October 7th by the New York Police Department and arraigned on charges of multiple felonies, including second-degree manslaughter, criminally negligent homicide, and endangering the welfare of a child. Jail records showed he was arraigned in Brooklyn criminal court, and a $1 million bond or $100,000 cash bail was ordered. Wright is being held at Eric M. Taylor Center. The Administration for Children's Services said it could not comment on whether the family was in its system, citing privacy laws. An ACS spokesperson said they were investigating this case with the NYPD and took steps to secure the safety of the siblings. They have been removed from the home. Approximately 20 of Aniyah's family members held a vigil at her home where they lit candles and had balloons to remember the beloved toddler. Neighbors recalled hearing family members screeching in grief, and balloons were left tied to the railing of the house. Aniyah's mother has not been in the apartment since Robert had been arrested, according to a neighbor. It was also reported that the mother is cooperating with the police and has not been charged. May the family and friends of Aniyah Wyatt-Wright find solace in the happy memories, and may her soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.